Hey, Doug Smith, DHS broker owner, and doing my 4 or 5 part series on working with a builder. I'm at Starbucks about to do some recruiting, and just wanted to touch base real quick and continue on with working with a builder. Once you're at the builder, you're going to look at the floor plan. You're going to be there when they write up the offer. You're going to ask if there's any buyer incentives. You're going to make sure that the backyard faces east, northeast, or southeast. Look for some nice negative drainage, like about 1% negative, so the water drains away from the foundation. You're going to talk to them about upgrades that you think are worth it versus upgrades that nobody sees and nobody cares about. And you're going to be opinionated. That's what people want. And at the end of the day, they'll sign a contract most likely. You'll ask what the amount of money is that they make to the builder. Usually it's 2 to 3 or 4% of the sales price. And then the builder will get it signed off by the builder. The builder rep will get it signed off by the builder, and the home will start being built. So one of the first meetings you'll have is with the builder as the buyer sets forth where they want the electrical outlets, the phones, jacks, doors to open, which way. After that, you'll have a pre-drywall, which is when you go in and make sure there's not anything that the buyer wants to add, like a light in the pantry, a door. At some point, things can be done at that pre-drywall, but once the drywall gets up, you're locked in. Then the home gets a roof on it before that pre-drywall, the sheetrock goes up, and the home really is usually about 60 to 90 days out from being completed. About a week from when it's being completed, that's when you're going to do a walkthrough. You'll have two different types of tape, one for cosmetic and one for tape and bedding. You'll act like you're buying the home. You'll be, very aggressive in what you find. Because I always think that a buyer is not bringing counterfeit money to closing, so why should a buyer buy a counterfeit home? So you're going to be, picky on that meeting. Everything's warranted for a year. You might want to get a home inspection. Recommend that the buyer gets a home inspection before closing. Just pass on that home inspection to the builder, and they'll do the repairs. And then I always recommend that also the buyer get a home inspection about 11 months in, because everything's covered for 1 year. At the end of the day, you'll also come back and do another inspection to make sure that everything you found on the walkthrough was corrected. And then you're going to wait for closing day, and you're going to meet the buyer at the title company. And that's where we'll end tomorrow. It'll be the part 5 of 5 on ending working with a buyer. And we'll talk about what forms the buyer signs at closing, the note and the deed of trust being the 2 most important ones, and we'll explain what happens after closing. So we'll start up tomorrow at the title company. Y'all be safe and go get some.